This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now's the news for Wednesday, May 6th of 2026. Final touches are underway for Island Tower window work at Disney's Polynesian Resort. They're getting the final touches on this god-awful tower done. I know, I say that every time. I'm sorry. Sound like a broken record, but it's bad. It's bad. I hate this island tower. So, getting final touches done on it. Hooray for them. I think it looks terrible. It ruins the sightline of the Magic Kingdom. I think it's awful. I haven't stayed there, but I mean, you got rid of live entertainment for a DVC hotel. So, getting rid of live entertainment for anything is awful. But whatever. But I mean, I'm not a big fan of this island tower, as you all know. So, Cinderella Castle, Rocks and Bridge are being painted at the Magic Kingdom. I really hope that it's not taking them years again to repaint the rocks. I mean, the last time that they repainted the rocks, it took them years to do. So I hope it doesn't take them years again to repaint the rocks. This is all because of the the moat drain and everything. So hopefully they'll get this done rather quickly, and they won't be working on this for another couple years, because that's what happened the last time. They drained Cinderella Castle to work on the rocks, and then they just left them. They were like, I don't know what happened, but it was like, we don't need to work on it. It's fine. It's okay. So again, I hope that it doesn't take as long as last time. Refurb is still underway at Disney's Pop Century Resort kiddie pool. So if you are staying at Pop Century Resort, just keep that in mind, that the kiddie pool will be unavailable during this time. So just keep that in mind. I'm sure I haven't stayed at Pop. That's on my list, is to stay at Pop Century Resort. But I haven't stayed there yet. I'm gonna try to one of these days. But just keep that in mind, though, that the kiddie pool is still closed for refurbishment. Disney's Wilderness Lodge boat transportation resumes after refurb. So the Fort Wilderness boat transportation is now running again after this refurbishment, which is great, which is nice. Toy Story Land sign returns to new spot at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This we're talking on the other side of Toy Story Land. So if you're approaching Toy Story Land from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, that's where this sign is installed. They had to move the sign because they put in a new snack and food kiosk in that location, so they had to move the sign over. They didn't move it far. It is right across the walkway from the new popcorn and snacks stand. So again, it looks good. It looks refreshed. Haven't gotten to see it in person yet, but it looks good. It looks refreshed, and I wish that we would have gotten a different kind of entryway, but you know, because that was the intent of Toy Story Land coming from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There was supposed to be a tunnel built, so you wouldn't be able to see anything in Toy Story Land until you got past the tunnel. That never got built, so unfortunately there's really no, you know, it's just really kind of jarring going from one land to another, but you know, but at least the sign is back. But you know, again, I wish that they would have put in a you know, that tunnel. It really would have helped with the sightline issues, but you know, I guess the budget wasn't there. You know, again, this was during Bob Chapek's regime, so he's probably like, no, you're not getting a tunnel. That's going to cost too much money. Get over it. Okay. Attraction poster and Rock Around the Shop sign has been added to Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. The attraction poster is pretty close to the concept art. I think maybe just a few changes, but I don't think anything really noticeable. Of course, I will be there on the first day. More on Rock and Roller Coaster in just a second, but I will be going on the first day that it officially reopens, so I can ride that ride. Hopefully, I should be able to film it, but we'll see. I don't know, but you know, we'll see. Animation and studio theater signs have been installed at Animation Courtyard in Disney's Hollywood Studios. So, this actually makes a lot more sense now. The studio theater sign is installed right next to, is right on the building for The Little Mermaid: A Musical Adventure, because it's a studio theater, so that makes sense. Animation sign, that's been installed at the other side. Again, though, I'm glad that they've installed new signs. Again, I've already been over this. I wish that they would have installed a new Little Mermaid sign, but you know, it is what it is now. But you know, but at least they're kind of going, you know, the signs are in theme to, because when you're going to that section of the park, you're going to the Animation Courtyard, but you're also going to the Walt Disney Animation Studio. So now it's more in theme, which, you know, Hollywood Studios, you know, the theme has been ripped out for a lot of things, so I'm glad that they're starting to get back on track with theming, but, you know, okay. Refurb continues at Disney's Pop Century Resort pop sign at the resort. So they've kind of stripped the paint a little bit, so it looks a little worse for wear. Obviously, that's going to be, you know, touched up. But they are working on the sign, getting it up to date. So that's, at least that's a good thing. Disney expects effects of Epic Universe and limited international visits to ease. So in the beginning when Universal was building Epic Universe, you may remember that Josh D'Amaro said that would encourage more people to visit the Walt Disney World Resort. That has now kind of changed. I think now people are, I think the newness has worn off, Epic Universe is still having those operational problems, so a lot of people don't really want to go back to Epic for a couple years until it's like really, until Universal has it down. So I think that the newness has worn off for a lot of people. Again, now, you know, a lot of people are still going to go, but, you know, a lot of people are like, well, let's just wait for a couple more years until they get this thing really kind of done and completed, because it's been a nightmare. It has been a nightmare for them. So I wish Universal luck, because they're it's still a nightmare. It is still a nightmare for Epic Universe. So I really wish them luck. I really, really do. Rising gas prices haven't affected Disney travel yet. So the rising gas prices have not really had an impact on Disney bookings yet. Time's gonna tell. I don't really want to go into this whole political mumbo jumbo stuff. That's not what this is for. So, you know, y'all can, you know, you guys can make up your own theories or conspiracies or whatever. That's not what this channel's for. But at least right now, the rising gas prices haven't affected the way people are booking their Disney vacations. So again, not trying to make it political, I'm just trying to state the news, okay? All right, oh boy, here's a weird story. I had to go. A Disney guest jumps out of Kilimanjaro Safari's truck to pee in the bushes. This is wild. This is why, again, just when you think you've read and seen everything, something just tops it. I don't know if they were already stopped, or if this guest was like, or if this guest told the cast member, hey, I really have to go, and they stopped. I don't know, or if he just jumped out of the vehicle. I have no idea. Obviously, this is really dangerous to do, especially, you know, with with this, you know, with it being a natural animal habitat. This could have gone so much worse for this guy. But he was very apologetic about it. He has been banned from the parks. You know, this is something you shouldn't do, okay? Now, I will tell you, the safari is the longest ride at, I would say, I think it's the longest ride at any of the theme parks. This ride is a 22-minute ride. So if, you know, keep that in mind before you get on it. Go to the bathroom before, because otherwise you're going to be miserable the whole time. But man, this is crazy. That's crazy. I mean, luckily he wasn't hurt. Again, he didn't endanger anybody. You know, that's the good thing. I mean, you know, please don't jump out of moving vehicles, okay? And don't, you know, don't go pee anywhere that you're not supposed to, because you'll get banned, which is, you know, what happened to this guest and his family. But man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Again, I'm glad he didn't hurt anybody. It wasn't any like really bad malice. You know, the guy just had to pee. The guy just had to really pee. So it wasn't like, you know, I'm going to get off this truck and then, you know, do something that I really shouldn't. Okay? It was more like, I really have to pee. I'm sorry. Still, you know, get banned from the parks. But, you know, again, I'm glad he didn't cause a whole lot of trouble, but please don't do that. Please don't do that. That's not safe. Okay, it's not safe to do so. A fire weather watch is in effect for the Walt Disney World Resort and probably Universal this week. I didn't see anything about Orlando, but for the Walt Disney World Resort area in Kissimmee, they are under a fire weather watch. We are in a really bad. Now we have had rain, thankfully, but it's not enough to really kind of make a difference. So now it should be noted that the fireworks and stuff have not been affected. Hopefully it won't. But you know, man, this is again, we are getting into that our rainy season, so we really need rain. We really do. So I know that it rained a really good amount on May 2nd, which was great, but it's still bad. It's still bad. If we're still getting fire warnings, yeah, it's still bad. Thematic. This song's gonna, or this story's gonna tear away at my soul. Thematic elements have been removed and others have been added to make way for Monstropolis at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So again, they keep ripping away at our soul, getting rid of Gonzo's Royal Flush is the pipe is gone. That was shaped like his nose. It's every day we're looking, every day we see, I'm seeing things that rip out my heart and stomp it even more. So it's okay. So every time I see one of these stories, I die a little more. Groovy new paint appears around gift shop at Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets in Walt Disney World. So just almost reopening, still working on it, but they're almost done. They are almost completed. Of course, I will be there the first day. I'll be there at multiple parks because a lot of things open. So I'll be at Hollywood Studios, Epcot, Animal Kingdom. I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to be all around that resort. So I'm going to be like at the end of the day. So hooray for me. Sugar painting candy is no longer offered in Epcot's China Pavilion. If this was something that you did, it's sad. I never did it personally. I know a lot of other people did. It is sad that it went away. So can no longer enjoy candy painting at Epcot in the China Pavilion. Baby manatee Soleil has been released after successful rehabilitation in Epcot. Manatee has been released into the wild, and Manatee is doing great, healthy, and then Epcot will be ready for the next one. Okay, now this is another wild one. Orange County Sheriff's vehicle runs Disney cast member off the road. So evidently the sheriff's vehicle was had some sort of emergency. Look, I understand that you have emergencies and everything. It is not worth it to risk the lives of people on the road. Okay, so man, I hope that we, that we'll learn more about this story as it gets released. But man, that's crazy. That is crazy for a police officer to endanger the lives of people. That's that is crazy. That is wild. So it's, you know, that's insane. That is insane. So I'm glad that the cast member is fine. He's okay. He's fine. He didn't get run into or hit or anything. But man, that is insane. That is wild. And our last story is Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets will not have a virtual queue when it opens. I am so happy. I cannot tell you how happy this makes me, which is why I'm not going to the pass holder preview, because during the pass holder preview, they're having the virtual queue. So I'm like, no, I'm not putting up with that nonsense. I'm not doing the virtual queue. That's dumb. So I'm glad that on the day it officially opens, it's not going to have the virtual queue. Thank you, Disney, for not doing that, because that virtual queue system is garbage. It's garbage and it's useless. I don't even know why you're doing it for us pass holders, but whatever. I don't understand, but you know, whatever. But you know, but that's great news. That is great. But there you are. There's your news for this Wednesday. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to this channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. I will see you right back here on Friday. As I explained in my last show, the news, we're getting more and more news. So now we need to start going back to that 3-day-a-week news schedule. So now, instead of just having it Mondays and Wednesdays, now it'll be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So until then, I will see you right back here on Friday. Until then, y'all keep each other safe and healthy. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.